Conventional wisdom says when you trade away a superstar, you almost always lose the deal. On February 9th, the Suns and Nets completed a blockbuster trade that sent Kevin Durant to the Valley and brought back some nice pieces in draft compensation to Brooklyn. Mikal Bridges, who's always been a productive NBA player, was the best player they got back, but even Nets fans have to be surprised with his level of production since the deal. To better contextualize this, Bridges is in his 5th season and has 13 30-point games in his career. 11 of them have come in the last 2 months. Simply put, he's playing the best basketball of his young career right now. Since the trade, Bridges' scoring has jumped 10 points per game, his usage is up, he's getting more reps in isolation and as a pick-and-roll ball handler. He's doing all of this while seeing a jump in efficiency and getting to the line more than ever before. So let's take a look at the film to see what's been working for Bridges and if there were clear signs that he was ready to blossom with more opportunity in an expanded role. Brooklyn loves to get Bridges attacking in motion, often having him fly off these dribble handoffs looking to get downhill to his strong right hand. Phoenix also ran the Chicago action for Bridges. Sarge sets him a wide pin down here to get him a one-step advantage, and Bridges does the rest. In Brooklyn, Bridges is displaying more control within the same actions. Here he gets the handoff, rejects back, and slows up to put the defender in jail before getting to his pull-up. This is a common set called wide, where Bridges would often curl off a big into open space for good looks. It was a staple in Phoenix to get Bridges attacking on the move like this. Brooklyn has done a good job making sure to incorporate these exact sets to keep Bridges comfortable. Watch how Bridges similarly cuts off the 5-man for a strong finish here. Now the surprising growth starts with Bridges' jump as a self-creator. He's isolating much more frequently and scoring a very solid 1.09 3 points per possession since arriving in Brooklyn. Bridges often runs primary action, and rather than look to pass when things die down, he's taking it upon himself to win these one-on-one situations. Watch here how Spencer signals him to take the smaller Garland to the post. And when Bridges catches it, he faces up, drives baseline, up fakes Mobley, and finishes with a nice reverse. It's not just mismatches either. There's been instances where he's had to create shots against much tougher defensive players as well. Bridges' ball handling duties also have come with a lot more pick and roll reps. He's running 9 per game, and the Nets are scoring 1.01 points per possession on these actions. He's shown some flashes as a lob passer to Nick Claxton. Here he gets an empty side pick and roll heading baseline and draws the help defender. He quickly recognizes Ivy is zoning up on 2, and he finds Cam Johnson on a nice 45 cut. Here's another pick heading baseline, this time towards his offhand, and when he draws the help, he makes the simple read and hits the shooter. It makes me think, in last year's playoffs when the Suns' backcourt was getting blitzed in the Dallas series, couldn't they have used a secondary creator like this? Bridges' entire approach and mindset was far limited, and he wasn't able to just flip a switch when things started to fall apart. Hindsight is 20/20, but Bridges did seem like he was ready for more than what was being asked. In that Dallas series, Bridges averaged just 9.9 points per game, he didn't shoot very well, and tracking shows he isolated only once the entire series. Now let's take a listen to Richard Jefferson briefly explain the challenges of being a 3-and-D wing.
But the first year there, I would stand in the corner, and that was never my game for the first 8-9 years of my career. I would stand in the corner, and obviously I like Tim, Tony, Manu, these guys are great, but I stand in the corner not doing anything. And then I would get the ball with a second to go, and I would fire up a 3.
So it begs the question, could anyone have seen the ascension Bridges made happening with more opportunity? Personally, I don't think many could have seen the transition being this seamless for Bridges, but there were clear signs he could take on more. Earlier this year, there was a short stretch when both Devin Booker and Chris Paul were out, and Bridges averaged over 20 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds on positive efficiency. Not a huge sample, but he did score over 20 points in 5 of the 7 games. Moving back to Brooklyn, Bridges is doing a little bit of everything. He scores efficiently with a variety of play types. The scoring versatility shows you the layers to his game while also making him an easier piece to integrate in different lineup combinations. For Bridges, this is merely the beginning, and things almost assuredly won't always go this smooth. Next week, Bridges and the Nets take on the Sixers in the first round. For Bridges, this is an amazing opportunity to show his hometown team that traded him on draft night what could have been. Regardless of how that series plays out, the Nets go into this new chapter with an ascending two-way foundational piece on an extremely team-friendly contract for the foreseeable future. I'm not saying the Nets won the deal, but they're leaving with something. In the comments below, you let me know, does Mikal Bridges have what it takes to be a first-time All-Star in the Eastern Conference next season? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my future content. Follow me on Twitter at NMZHoops, and I'll see you next time. Peace.